Hello everyone, myself Mohammad Rameez and I welcome you all on behalf of Saraswat International Academy. Today in this session we are going to learn the part 3 of chapter number 1, Nature and Significance of Management. So students, up till now we have seen what is management. We have also discussed about the characteristics and importance of management. Today our topic is management as a science, an art and a profession. So let's start with the topic. Management is a science. Science means systematic and specialized knowledge. So students, science is about when we do deep study on any particular subject, then it is considered as science. For example, if you do study on the plants, then it will be considered as the science in a branch of botany. If you study on the society, then it is considered as social science. If you do study on the alloys and metals, then it is a branch of chemistry. So when science is basically about when we do deep study on any particular subject. Science is a subject where rules and principles are derived and cause and effect relationship is established. So here it is said that science is a subject in which there are what? There are rules and principles and cause and effect relationship is established. In the 9th standard also we have studied about the Newton law, gravitational law. In the Newton law, Newton have explained that every action have a reaction. We have seen the example of when we throw the ball on a wall, then it come back to us. That is an example of cause and effect relationship. So from this paragraph we get an idea that science is about having a deep knowledge, specialized knowledge on any particular branch, and science is a subject which deals with rules and principles. Now in the second paragraph it is explained that how management can be considered as science. Look, management too has the characteristics of science. Here they are saying that management is having the similar characteristics as science. Here the characteristics are shown. Characteristics such as systemized body of knowledge. Science is having the systemized body of knowledge. Management is also having a systemized body of knowledge. Universality. Like science, the management is also a subject which is acceptable at everywhere, at every field. There is a cause and effect relationship based on collection of facts. Science is a study which is done based on the collection of facts. Same way, management is also a subject in which there is a collection of facts, analysis and experiments, verifiability of the principles. So in a science, the principles are given by the experiments done. In the same way, in the management also, the principles of management are given by the practical implementation only. Different experts of the management such as Henry Fayol, they have done the management principles, they have applied it in practical life and they have given that principles of management to us. Like science, management has its own specific principle. So here it is said that as in science, there are the specific principles, and in the same way, management is a subject in which there are the specific principles given by the management experts. Though these principles are in the what? And coordination of human resource, machinery, capital, method, etc. is done. Thus, management can be considered as what? Can be considered as science. According to Dr. George Terry, science teaches one to know. This can be asked for 1 mark, and you have to remember this. Who said this? That science teaches one to know? Dr. George Terry. Here he is saying that science is teaching one to know, one to gain knowledge. Management is an art. Art means employment of skills and expertise of an individual. So here it is said that art is about when you use your skill and talent in a practical way, then it is considered as an art. But to implement the skill, but to use your skill, you should have the theoretical knowledge. Listen, students, in the science, you gain the theoretical knowledge, and in art, in skill, you implement your theoretical knowledge in practice. I hope you get clear. Once again, I will repeat. In science, you get the theoretical knowledge about any particular thing. Okay. Only knowledge will not gain you anything. How to use that knowledge into practice, that skill and talent you should have. Okay. So by science you get the theoretical knowledge, and by the art you are getting the practical knowledge. During practical application of management rules and principle, personal skill, insight, and cleverness play an important role. So here it is said that when you learn the principles of management, okay, you have studied the principles of management and now you are at the post of a manager. So directly you are not going to implement all the principles of management which you have studied in the book. You should have your own personal skill, insight, and cleverness. That plays an important role. Okay. Only theoretical knowledge is not sufficient. Only theoretical knowledge is what? Not sufficient. For the implementation of the knowledge, you should have what? Technical art. Okay. So the manager needs to make necessary changes as per his personal skill and proficiency. So here it is said that only having the theoretical knowledge is not important. You should have the practical knowledge also. When you are at the job and as at the post of manager, okay, if any situation arises, then you are not going to implement the theoretical knowledge directly. You should have the skill and talent. You should have the personal skill and proficiency to manage the business. Okay. So according to Dr. George Terry, art teaches one to do. According to Dr. George Terry, what he said, that art teaches one to do. In the science we have learned that science teaches one to know, one to gain knowledge. And art teaches what? Art teaches how to use that knowledge into practice. Management is neither science nor an art, but it is a combination, sweet combination of both. Management, you cannot say, is a complete science or a complete art. It is a what? It is a combination of both the thing. Okay. If you want to do the management, you should have the knowledge about the management and how to use that knowledge in the practical life. That both things you should know. Therefore, it is said that management is neither a pure science like physics nor a pure art like sculpture. So here it is said that management, to the management subject, you cannot call it as a pure science and a pure art. Management is what? Management is a combination of both the thing of science and art. Management is a profession. Profession is an activity where specialized knowledge in specific field is acquired and it is used for the welfare of entire society. So in the 11th standard we have studied what is profession. Profession is about when any person is having the specialized knowledge in specific field and he uses his knowledge and skill for the welfare of the society. For example, the doctors, the lawyers, the chartered accountant, the professors, these all are the professional person. They have the specific knowledge in the specific field and they use their knowledge for the welfare of the what? For the welfare of society. In return, fees is charged. The doctors, they charge the fees. The lawyers, they charge the fees. The chartered accountant, they charge the fees. Engineers. So these all are the what? These all are the professional persons. They give the services and in return they charge the fees. The profession of the above people is an activity which has the following characteristics. Requirement of specialized knowledge. As per nature of profession, specialized knowledge is required. As per the profession, the person should have the specialized knowledge in it. Here the examples are given. You can see that for the lawyer, the degree of LLB is compulsory. In the same way, for the profession of doctor, you should have the degree of MBBS, MD, or MS. Okay, in the same way, if you want to be the professional person in management subject, then you should have the degree of BBA, that is Bachelor of Business Administration, or you can complete your MBA, that is Master of Business Administration. So here it is said in the first point that in every profession the person should have the specialized knowledge. In every profession there are the persons who have achieved some degrees. They have taken the depth knowledge of the subject in which they are pursuing their profession. Increase in knowledge and research. Like other profession, in management too, due to experience and training, there is increase in knowledge and research. Like other profession, for example, doctor, lawyer, CA, engineer, more the experience they take, okay, then their knowledge increases. In the same way, in the management also, when any of the manager at manager post have completed his 4 5 years, so his experience increases and his knowledge and research will also increase. Professional association. All professionals form their association. So, for example, CA, they have the professional association called ICAI. CS, company secretary, they have their professional association named ICSI. In the same way, management has its own association too. Okay, it gives the education and training of management. IIM, that is Indian Institute of Management, imparts, they teach the management education in India. For a CA, ICAI. In the same way, for the management, what association is there? IIM, Indian Institute of Management. It is working at national and international level. This institution works for the development of what? Development of profession of management. Which institute they are talking about? They are talking about IIM. This institute is working at national and international level and it works for the development of profession of management. Implementation of code of conduct. Each of the professional association frame code of conduct for its member. The professional association forms the code of conduct. For example, ICAI is a professional association for CA. So ICAI will form the rules and regulation for all the CAs, and that rules and regulation have to be followed by every CA. In a year, this is only said that each of the professional association frame the code of conduct for its member. It is mandatory. The spelling is wrong. It will come as MAN. It is compulsory for all the members to follow the code of conduct. Okay. So here it is said that all the professional association are framing the code of conduct for its member, and it is compulsory for every professional person to follow the code of conduct of its respective profession. Moral responsibility. Moral responsibility is an important factor in any profession. all the professional persons are giving the services to society, so they should be ethically responsible. All the professional must be what? Must be loyal to their profession and need to fulfill the moral responsibility. Here the example is given. A chartered accountant must be loyal to his client and should not disclose any information of his client. So here it is said that a chartered accountant should be loyal to his client. For example, he is doing the accounts, he is maintaining the accounts of any of the person. That chartered accountant should not disclose, should not show any of the information of his client to any of the other person or a company. If a chartered accountant is doing the audit of a company, then that chartered accountant should never disclose any information of his company to any other person. From the above characteristics, it is clear that management is developing as an independent profession. By seeing the characteristics, it is clear that management is developing as an independent profession, and this management subject is beneficial to an individual, to the society, and to the entire country.